Hi there, this is Chris Kane again with the Rabelais Law Firm, and today's blog post is all about how you can protect your assets from being spent down on the nursing home if it ever comes to that. Now, I was working with a couple just last week, and their biggest concern when they came in the office was that they had about $415,000 in life savings, and they were worried that if one of the spouses had to go into the nursing home, they'd be forced to spend down about $300,000 of those $415,000 life savings before either spouse could qualify for Medicaid. Now, Medicaid is that federal program that can pay your long-term care costs for you. But in order to qualify for Medicaid, you got to have a low enough level of assets. So this couple wanted to prevent having to spend down all of their assets before they could qualify for Medicaid. Their strategy was they were actually going to get divorced to separate the assets, make it to where each spouse had a lower amount of assets so that the exposure would be a little bit less if either spouse had to go into the nursing home. And they were, concerned. They didn't want to go through with the divorce, but they knew that the divorce might be the only option for them. But I was able to give them a new option, and what we talked about was something called a Medicaid irrevocable trust. And I said, listen, you don't have to get divorced to protect your assets. In fact, by setting up this trust, we can probably give you more asset protection than you would have had if you would go through this divorce. So the whole key with this Medicaid trust is you set it up at least 5 years prior to needing to go into the nursing home, and then you move your assets into the trust, and once they've been in that trust for 5 years, you don't have to spend any of the assets that are in the trust on your nursing home care if it ever comes to that. You can quickly and easily qualify for Medicaid. And this couple was very relieved to hear this, obviously, that they didn't have to go through with the divorce. And again, we're going to be able to protect even more with this Medicaid trust than we would have been able to protect by them going through with the divorce. So that's how you can protect your assets, a Medicaid irrevocable trust.